A couple of things. First off, I went to a very great event in the Atlanta area. It was an event that was hosted by a group called Love Your Natural Kinky Hair. You can also find this group on Facebook. I'll put the information bar. Even if you do not live in the Atlanta area, you can still take part in the events that Lynkh has, because some of the events that's coming up very soon will actually be virtual events where you can, it's not even like a conference call where you can actually chat live with some of the people that they're bringing in to answer any of your questions that you may have. So definitely check them out, like them on Facebook. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This is the second event that I've been to, and the one thing that I really love as far as the events is that the live Q&A sessions. They're so awesome because you have an opportunity to talk to people who are very knowledgeable and who are trained in the field of natural hair care. So you can ask questions about, if you have concerns about color, if you want to know how to achieve, the best two-strand twist or band tube, knot styles, wash and goes, products that work, products that may not work, as far as, when will be the best time for you to trim your hair. All these kinds of questions are answered at these events because you have an opportunity to talk one-on-one with stylists and or people who are maybe a chemist, like Kelly Bain. She's been at several of the events. So definitely check them out. Also, even if you're not in the Atlanta area, you can still take part in some of the events because they're going to actually have a virtual event coming up in April, I want to say. I'll put the information later on in the information bar below. So definitely check them out. I promise you will not be disappointed. The second thing, I want to say that if you live in an area that has a Target and they carry product lines like Curls or Miss Jessie's, Jane Carter, some of those largely as far as some of those commercial products that, you and I have come to grow to love and like, some stores may choose to discontinue carrying them in their stores, in their Target stores, because some areas have, sadly, been experiencing a loss of product. People have actually been stealing some of these product lines. So if you go to a store and you see, at one time, they had like a huge display of all kinds of products, and now if you see that the space available for some of the natural hair care products, if you see that they're getting smaller, it may be because they may be choosing to discontinue. So if you live in an area that has a Target that has some of these products and you've been, pushing off, to, I'll buy it next time, you may want to take some time to invest in purchase some of the products that you either like or products that you want to try, because it may not be available for you, driving to a store. You may have to start ordering them online, which means you're going to have to start paying for shipping and waiting for it. So unfortunately, that's what I've heard, at least in the Atlanta area. There are some particular Target stores that may not carry some of the products that you like. So definitely check it out. If you start seeing that, the shelf is getting a little bit smaller, it's very possible that may be happening. So, hey, it doesn't hurt to at least buy what you like, right? The third thing I want to talk to you about is there is this myth out about natural hair doesn't need to be trimmed very often. And honestly, I was one of those people who didn't really know where I stood, but I thought that I never liked having my hair trimmed anyway, so I didn't have my hair trimmed until about 6 months after being natural. And I will tell you, I have noticed a huge difference in the overall health of the ends of my hair, because now when I style my hair and I do my twists and they're wet, they actually curl up on their arms at the end because I don't have those straggling ends or ends that are, I wouldn't say damaged, but you just don't have that clean cut at the ends of hair. And so I will say that I think that there's just this myth floating around that your hair doesn't need to be trimmed. I say that your hair does need to be trimmed because it's part of your hair care. If you want to have healthy hair, you want your hairstyles to be neat, then take the time to have your hair trimmed every couple of months. I think it needs to be trimmed more than once a year. I say probably at least 3 times, and depending upon the density of your hair and whether or not if your hair is really dry. The drier your hair is, the more prone to break breakage your hair can become. And if your hair is going to be prone to breakage, it's going to lead to split ends. Split ends is going to lead to unhealthy hair, yada, yada, yada. So take the time to actually get to know your hair when you're styling your hair. Use your fingers. Take a look at your hair in the mirror. Don't just look at the overall styling that you're looking to achieve. Look at your ends. Just, inspect them. See if they're straggly. Check them for split ends. Check for those fairy knots. If you see some of those things, then you may need to begin to think about what are you using in your regimen. And actually begin to take note of what you're using when you're doing your hair. Keep a track, at least for, a whole season, a couple of months. How often do you wash your hair? Do you co-wash? Do you shampoo? What products do you use? What products do you like? What styles work for you? What styles didn't work for you? It's hard to remember all of that when you're doing your hair week by week or however often you do it, but if you have that actual visual of you styling your hair and you know that you wash your hair on this day and you use this particular product and your hair turned out great, and the following week switch to styling product and you didn't like it that well, then you'll be able to see on paper visually. That way for the next time you want to achieve a particular styling style, or trying to figure out what styling tools or aids to use, you know which ones to continue to use and you know which ones that you will need to eliminate. So those are my few tips for you. Thank you again for watching and look forward to more videos coming.